Hey everyone, welcome to the spooky side. Tonight we're going on a super scary adventure to the top 10 most haunted places in the world. Get ready for some seriously creepy stories about places where scary things happen. We're talking shadows that move, weird noises, and maybe even ghosts. These are the places that give you nightmares. Are you ready? Let's go. First up is the Amityville Horror House. It looks like a normal house, but it has a scary secret. In 1974, something terrible happened there. Then a new family moved in, but they didn't stay long. They said it was freezing cold, even in winter, and there were tons of flies. They even saw glowing red eyes. The house is famous for being haunted. It's a reminder that some places are just too creepy. High up in the Rocky Mountains is the Stanley Hotel. Nestled amidst the breathtaking scenery, this grand hotel stands as a testament to early 20th century luxury and elegance. But beyond its beautiful facade lies a history steeped in mystery and the supernatural. It's a beautiful hotel, but it's also haunted. As the sun sets and darkness envelops the hotel, an eerie atmosphere takes over. The once inviting corridors and rooms transform into spaces filled with whispers of the past. This is where the writer Stephen King got the idea for his scary book, The Shining. During his stay, King experienced vivid nightmares and unsettling feelings that inspired the chilling tale of the Overlook Hotel. The Stanley's haunting presence left an indelible mark on his imagination. People say they hear laughing in the halls, kids playing at midnight, and see shadows. These ghostly apparitions and sounds have been reported by numerous guests over the years, adding to the hotel's haunted reputation. The long empty corridors seem to echo with the footsteps of unseen visitors. Even the guy who built the hotel, Mr. Stanley, is supposed to haunt it. His spirit is said to roam the halls, ensuring that his beloved creation is well maintained. Guests have reported seeing his apparition dressed in period clothing, overseeing the hotel's operations from beyond the grave. The spookiest room is room 217. This room is infamous for its paranormal activity. It was here that Stephen King stayed and had his terrifying experiences. Guests who have dared to stay in room 217 have reported strange occurrences, from flickering lights to unexplained noises. They say a ghost maid unpacks your bags even if you tell her not to. This spectral maid is believed to be the spirit of a former hotel employee who continues to perform her duties from the afterlife. Guests have found their belongings mysteriously unpacked and arranged, as if by an invisible hand. I stayed there once and it felt really weird, like someone was watching me. The feeling of being observed, even when alone, is a common experience among guests. The hotel's haunted reputation makes every creak and shadow feel like a ghostly presence. Even beautiful places can be scary. Would you stay in room 217? The Stanley Hotel's charm and elegance are undeniable, but its haunted history adds a layer of intrigue and fear. For those brave enough to spend a night, it offers an unforgettable experience that blurs the line between reality and the supernatural. The Tower of London is super old and has seen some really scary stuff. It's not just a castle, it's a place where lots of people died. The scariest ghost is Anne Boleyn. She was the queen, but her husband, the king, had her head chopped off. People say her ghost still walks around crying. The Tower of London reminds us that some places are just filled with sadness and scary stuff. Under the streets of Paris is a creepy place, the Paris Catacombs. It's like a giant maze filled with the bones of more than 6 million people. Imagine walking through tunnels with bones everywhere. People say they hear whispers and footsteps. They say the ghosts of the dead can't rest. Going into the catacombs is like stepping into a different world, a world of bones and ghosts. On a small island in Mexico, a really creepy place called the Island of the Dolls. This island, located in the canals of Xochimilco, is not your typical tourist destination. It's a place where the line between childhood innocence and eerie horror blurs. There are hundreds, maybe thousands, of old dolls hanging from the trees. These dolls, with their cracked faces and missing limbs, create an unsettling atmosphere. Each doll seems to have a story of its own, adding to the island's mysterious aura. They look like they're watching you. The eyes of these dolls, some missing and others faded, seem to follow your every move. It's as if they're silently observing, waiting for something. The story is that a little girl drowned there, and the man who took care of the island started hanging dolls to make her ghost happy, but it didn't work. The caretaker, Don Julian Santana, dedicated his life to this eerie task, believing it would appease the spirit of the girl. However, the dolls only seemed to amplify the island's haunting presence. Now the island is super creepy. The once serene environment has transformed into a chilling landscape. The dolls, weathered by time and the elements, add to the island's ghostly ambience. It feels like the dolls are watching you. Every step you take, you can't shake off the feeling of being observed. The silence of the island is occasionally broken by the rustling of leaves and the creaking of the dolls swaying in the wind. I wouldn't go there alone. The eerie atmosphere, combined with the unsettling presence of the dolls, makes it a place best visited with company. The Island of the Dolls is a haunting reminder of how childhood innocence can take a sinister turn. Imagine a house where every little noise makes you jump. That's Borley Rectory, which used to be the most haunted house in England. It burned down a long time ago, but the stories are still scary. People heard footsteps and voices, and things moved on their own. The scariest story is about a nun who died there. Even though the house is gone, the stories remain. Now we're going to Australia, to a big old house called the Monte Cristo Homestead. This grand mansion, located in the small town of Junee, New South Wales, is not just any historical building. It has a reputation that sends shivers down the spine of even the bravest souls. It's supposed to be the most haunted house in Australia. The homestead, built in 1885, has seen countless eerie events and unexplained phenomena over the years. Its Victorian architecture stands as a silent witness to the many tragedies that have unfolded within its walls. Lots of sad things happened there. A baby died under mysterious circumstances, adding to the sorrowful aura that envelops the place. The cries of the infant are said to still echo through the empty halls, sending chills down the spines of those who dare to listen. A young man tragically lost his life in a fire that ravaged part of the house. The charred remains of the building serve as a grim reminder of the horror that once took place there. Some visitors claim to smell smoke and feel an intense heat when they pass by the burnt section. Another man met his untimely end on the property under suspicious circumstances. His restless spirit is said to wander the grounds, forever searching for peace. The eerie outdoor setting adds to the overall feeling of unease that permeates the estate. The owner's wife, Mrs. Crawley, lived there alone for many years after her husband died. She became a recluse, rarely leaving the mansion. Her presence is still felt strongly by those who visit, and many believe her spirit continues to guard the home she loved so dearly. People say her ghost still walks the halls, dressed in the same black lace dress she wore in life. The haunted halls of Monte Cristo Homestead are filled with whispers and shadows, making it a truly spine-tingling experience for anyone brave enough to explore. Visitors have reported feeling an unseen presence, being touched and even pushed by invisible hands. The ghostly encounters at this historical mansion are numerous and well documented, making Monte Cristo Homestead a must-visit for any paranormal enthusiast. Rainham Hall in England is famous for a ghost photo. It's called the Brown Lady. The story is that a woman named Dorothy was locked in the house by her mean husband. She died there, and her ghost haunts the halls. In 1936, some photographers took a picture of the stairs, and there she was, a ghost in a brown dress. New Orleans is a mysterious city, but the LaLaurie house is extra creepy. Madame LaLaurie was a rich lady, but she did terrible things to the people who worked for her. When a fire broke out, everyone found out her secrets. The house is said to be haunted by the people she hurt. People say they hear screams and feel cold spots. Our last stop is the Monte Carlo Casino. It's a fancy place where people gamble, but it's also supposed to be haunted. People say the ghosts of people who lost all their money still walk the halls. They say you can hear them laughing. Is it real or just a story? So there you have it, 10 of the spookiest places in the world. We've explored some really creepy places tonight, but there are lots more scary places out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more spooky videos. Would you visit any of these places? Tell me your ghost stories in the comments.